I'm Christy from coastalknitsandpurls.com. I am a Florida knitter who shares her knitting adventures through the Sunshine State. I'm recording this early so I can get it up early on Friday, February 14th. So happy Valentine's Day. My hair's a little wild today. All right, so I'm going to share one finished object for knitting. Lots of works in progress, lots of whips, books I've read and am currently reading or listening to, and some projects that are waiting in the sidelines that should get cast on this weekend, but we'll see. So first I'm going to start with my finished object, which is a shorty sock for my oldest daughter for her uniform, her school uniforms. They go to a charter school and they have to wear school uniforms, and they have to wear socks that are white, navy, gray, or tan, I think. I found this yarn in my stash. It was actually given to me by a good friend. When her mother-in-law passed away, her mother-in-law was a knitter, and she left a bunch of yarn behind. It didn't have a label on it, and I have like, I don't know, 4 balls of it, I think. So I never ever do this, but for this, I did knit a swatch, and I washed it to make sure that it would hold up, as a sock. So I did like a little tiny mini sock, washed it, flat dried it. It was completely fine. So I had my daughter try this on yesterday. She said it fits perfect. So I will go ahead and make the mate. But I don't know what the yarn is. I suspect it's a DK weight. It looked like it was 2 fingering weight yarns, like a 2-thread. So again, I swatched it, I washed it, and it seems to hold up perfectly fine. So it feels kind of like a DK weight sock. So that is my only finished object for the week. I am getting close on some other projects. I am on the foot of my Love is in the Air shorty sock. So I'm on the foot of that, not too far in, maybe like 12 rounds into the foot, and I have to do a total of 75 rounds for my aunt. This yarn is from Freckled Whimsy, so it's a self-striping yarn, and the colorway is called Love is in the Air, hence the name, Love is in the Air shorty sock. So that is way underway. My second Woodsy sock I have not touched this week. I am on the heel, so I have to do the heel and just kind of like bite the bullet. This is also yarn from Freckled Whimsy. The colorway is Woodsy. This is their fingering weight sock yarn, which I love. One of my favorites. The other one is my Christmas sprinkle socks. I'm not going to show those because they're out of reach, but I also have not touched them this week. I am a little bit behind on my Florida temperature blanket, couple rows, I think maybe 3 rows behind, but here it is so far. I have some end weaving to do. I've been trying to do some along the way because I hate to weave the ends and I don't want to get stuck doing it all at the end, but alas, I have not done all of it. The colors get really blown out on this video, but it's essentially Hobbii yarn. It's Amigo Giga is the name of the yarn, and it is sand color, neon pink. This is Peacock, and then this is it's not neon pink, I'm sorry, it's just regular pink, and it's neon coral, which is this orangey color. So very Florida colors. So this week I will record a video. Next week I will record a video. I leave on a work trip next Saturday. So the following week, which is February the 28th, that Friday, I will not record a video, most likely, because I will be in Las Vegas. So I won't be home, and we'll see. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll be able to shoot it from my hotel room before I head out to the airport. We'll see. Okay. Projects waiting in the wings. So next to go on will be a sock. Probably another shorty, but we'll see. This is, I showed you this last week. It's Cupid's Bow from my Yarnable subscription. So it is a sock yarn, fingering weight. This is next to hit the needles. And then right after that, I'm going to do this Freckled Whimsy colorway, which is Keep Calm and Leprechaun. I think I also showed you this last week. I haven't decided if I'll do another shorty or if I'll do a full length. I might do a full length sock because I love these color combos, but we'll see. This will also be for my aunt. Most likely these will be for my aunt too. If you might remember, I'm trying to get like 6 or so pairs of socks knitted up for her before I ship them to her in upstate New York. I am doing a test knit for a cowl, and these are the 2 yarns for that. I was planning to cast on last weekend, but I'm going to cast on for sure this weekend. I think I have to finish that by the end of February, so I got to get going on that. We haven't really been watching anything religiously or consistently. Some Datelines here and there. I don't think we watched any Chicago PD this week, me and my husband. I did finish listening to and or reading several books over the past week. So I don't know that I mentioned this last week, but maybe. I finished Valentine's Cupcake and Murder. It's a Dana Sweet number 6 novel. It was okay. Cute, but nothing, out of this world. I finished Vista's Vices and Valentines, which is a campers and criminals series. Apparently it's number 24. Very good. Again, nothing, I shouldn't say very good, nothing like to write home about, but cute. It was part of my Valentine shelf. And the third Valentine one I finished was my Fatal Valentine, which is a Juniper Holiday Cozy Mystery series. It's number 5, apparently. I didn't like that one very much. It was okay. It was nothing, again, to write home about. And yesterday I finished listening to Finding Dorothy, which is very interesting. It was a story about the wife of the man who wrote the book, The Wizard of Oz. I don't think it's a true story. I don't think it's based on a true story. I think it's just a novel, but that's what the total story was about. I've been reading hard copy of Nature Girl by one of my favorite Florida authors, which is Carl Hyacin. I am so close to being finished with this book. I read it before I go to sleep at night, so I can't, sometimes I read until I can hardly hold my eyes open, but I'm on 286, and there's only like 306 pages, so I'm super duper close to being done with this. I just have to motor through. And then this is for book club, which book club is next Wednesday. It's a novel called Havoc by Christopher Bolin, I'm assuming is how you say his name. I have not cracked this book except for to see how many pages there are and how many I have to read each day to finish this before book club next Wednesday. But so I'll keep you posted on that. I have been more keeping up with my Substack than I have my blog, but I still am blogging at coastalknitsandpurls.com, so you can always catch up with me there, see what I'm up to. I share a lot of tips and advice on the blog. I have also, which I have to post a sample of, started a new adventure. It's the book and knit kit. So you get a gently used book along with a brand new skein of yarn And I usually throw in a little surprise. I say usually because I've only done one so far, but I'm getting ready to do box 2. So a little knitting or book surprise, might be a bookmark, might be a stitch marker, might be something bigger or smaller. So that is available. You can check that out for more information on coastalknitsandpurls.com. My Substack, I have a free version and a paid version. So my free version is mostly about knitting. Again, tips, advice, things that I share similar to what I share on my blog. Sometimes it's the same as what I share on the blog. And then the paid version is called the Stitching Sock Society. So I'm going to be doing more in-depth, like how-tos, tutorials, patterns, reference materials like ebooks and charts and things like that, like resources, all about sock knitting, obviously. And primarily, I will stick to what I know, which is knitting on 9-inch circulars. I've gotten a lot of interest in that on Substack. They're intrigued, apparently, that I'm knitting in the round. While there are many, many knitters who do use 9-inch circulars, there are a lot of sock knitters that just use, DPNs or magic loop. I despise magic loop, and I find DPNs to be fiddly. I do use DPNs to catch near my toes, but other than that, I do not knit on DPNs, except if I do I-cords, but not for sock knitting. So, if you're interested in any of that, feel free to check it out. It's coastalknitsandpurls.substack.com, and there's more information about subscribing to the entirely free version, or if you're interested, there's information on upgrading to the paid version of that to hone in on the sock knitting. That is it for this week. So until next week, have a great one and happy knitting.